So here we are. Congratulations on clearing
Thank you so much.
PMP.
Thank you.
So everyone would like to know about your journey. So can you share your PMP journey?
Yes, so my PMP journey was like very different. It wasn't like how other people are doing. I'll just tell you a little background about me. Like I am a chartered accountant from India, and I was doing CPA in Canada.
Okay.
So because I just had a baby like 9 months ago,
Okay.
so it was tough to complete my CPA with baby. I thought, okay, let me give it a. I always wanted to be a manager. I do have experience in managing projects, so I always wanted to be a project manager. So I thought that's what I wanted to do. And CPA is something uh, because I'm a CA, so I need to complete the CPA here in Canada also.
Okay.
So because I had a limited time with me, so I decided, okay, let me try PMP. So if I'll so I started like I decided to do it and do like I decided in October first week that okay, I want to do the PMP now. And by the mid of October, I was like, okay, I need to submit my application. So it was mid of October when I decided to submit my application. So by the end of October, my application was approved, and so it was the November first week when I started the actual preparation.
Okay.
So obviously,
Okay.
I had like very limited time. I knew
Makes
that
sense.
after December the course will be changed, and I'm not sure what it is. And with baby, I'm not even sure if I'll have time.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I have to do it anyhow. So obviously, like whenever I used to get time, like with baby, it was very limited time. So if I'll say I used to get like maximum 4 hours a day.
Okay.
So and plus obviously I had a limited time, so I had to choose like whether I want to read all the books and then go into questions or how I want to do. So my journey was like very different. I decided to do the questions first. So obviously, like my friends, they were like not friends, like because I had no one who was doing PMP or somewhere.
Okay.
So I made some friends in your group, like Facebook groups and other places. So I told them that I started with Rita questions.
Okay.
And they were like, don't do that. You need to test your knowledge. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I do have experience and I'm a CA, so I think I can do it. So I just wanted to test my knowledge. So I started with doing the started with Rita questions first, and then I had a simulator, like a different some other I can't recall the name of the teacher, but I had that simulator. So I started doing tests.
Okay.
So it was like I used to do like sometimes 30-minute tests, sometimes 20, depending on how much time, because I need to be flexible with a baby.
Okay.
So I used to do like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or maybe half an hour. And then so my idea was to get it because I had no knowledge like how the PMP exam is. So my idea was from doing question was to get an idea about the exam, like
Okay.
what kind of question. Because if I so my approach was like if I'm going to read the book, I don't know on which point I need to focus.
Okay.
So by doing the questions, it was like okay, I know that this is important. This is something which is generally asked in the questions.
Okay.
So when I then later on when I started then once the like I did like and plus I did it by not by the knowledge area. I started with even the questions I was doing it process wise, like initiating, then planning. So I was doing it process wise.
Okay.
So uh, so I was like okay, I know what exactly is asked in the exam. Then I started with reading Rita book.
Okay.
After I did till cost, and then I was like and I decided to revise it with one of my friend. And when I started doing the revision, I realized it's a waste of time. Like even if I'm reading, even if I'm reading like now when I'm trying to recall what I read, I can't recall anything. Like it's just that I'm reading like that. So for me, it is like I need some question or something, and then I need to use my mind.
Okay.
So so I was like, okay, there is no point of reading the book. It's better I should do the questions, and I'll get the confidence. But whenever I used to see like people like who were clearing and they used to post, oh, I read Pimbok 2 times, I read Rita 2 times, and this book and this book. I was like, oh no, Nidhi, you are doing something wrong. You have no idea about PMP, and you are just taking a different approach, and that's going to be very risky. So
Okay.
then then it was like, okay, I started. I decided, okay, let me Google the approach or some videos and see what exactly it is. And that's when you came into picture.
Okay.
Like on the YouTube, I found your that within 35 minutes the PMP, like know everything about PMP. And when I heard that, I felt like, oh, now I can like. So what was happening is I had the knowledge from the questions, but I was not able to bind it,
Okay.
like compile everything and link it. So I was like,
Okay.
okay, now I can link the knowledge which I already have from the experience, which I got from the questions. But what was missing was linking the knowledge, like
Okay.
how to link it. So then after that video, I was like, okay, I think there is something like because of your videos, I was getting more clarity about it. So I
Okay.
was like, okay, let me check the other videos. Then I immediately subscribed to your channel. I was like, okay, I don't want to miss anything, and let me check. So then I went through like the other videos, like change request. So I got like, if my I after watching your video, I felt like probably 50% of it.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, no, there are like a lot of things which I need to know, and I need to know how to connect them. So then change request, then deliverables, then other journeys. I was like, okay, now everything is making sense.
Okay.
So when I started watching all your videos, and I felt like, okay, the things are making more sense. I was like, okay, I am now getting more confidence. And yeah, in the meantime, what I did is obviously I got that prepcast because everyone was talking about it. I, I thought this is a must thing. So I got the prepcast, and my on an average, I did three prepcast, and my on an average percentage was 70%. And
Okay.
even in the PMI mock, my on an average, like all test, my on an average percentage was always 70%. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, I'm good, but it's a border. Like
Okay.
I might fail or I might pass. So that's where I decided, like, okay, now I need to watch more videos and I need to connect more like my information. So then but one thing what I realized, and I want to suggest everyone, is like what people are doing is, just because in the group like everyone is sharing, oh, I got this much percentage, I got this much percentage, they are actually losing their confidence.
Okay.
Mm, they don't need to give, like, I personally, what I felt is, rather than wasting your time in just completing the test and trying to get a good percentage, the person should focus on like their reading skills, how they should actually read the question,
Makes sense.
and
Makes sense.
putting more time in analyzing it.
Makes sense.
So 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 with me, the problem was, if I have only 4 hours during a day and I'm putting that time in doing a question like a prepcast, so it
Okay.
wasn't making sense. Like I was like, okay, I'm just doing something, but I don't know, I'm not putting efforts in improving my knowledge.
Okay.
So that was getting very risky. So after prepcast 3, I decided I don't want to do any more like prepcast. And luckily I got to know about like I from somewhere I got your document about that day 7-day
Yeah.
program type, and there it was mentioned that, okay, day 1 you should do. So even I thought about it, like I should go by process type, but with your document I got the direction.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, that's how I want to approach. I am left with only 7 days, and I want to start doing like that. So
Okay.
that's what I did. Like initiating,
Okay.
I picked initiating. I read everything about it from like um, from book or somewhere where whatever I felt is important. I watched videos relating to initiating, and then I did a not exactly a obviously there is no mock which you can do it like there is a learning thing in prepcast.
Okay.
So I used to choose like initiating, and then I used to do it for like, not even for like I was not giving any punishment to myself. I was like, okay, I'll do like 10 minutes and 10 minutes, I'll take a break, I'll analyze. so
After
so
10
that
minutes,
also,
you are taking breaks.
Yeah, so rather than taking breaks, I'll tell you why it helped me more.
Okay.
So what was happening was, if I used to do it for 30 minutes, after 30 minutes, if my questions were wrong, I need to reread those questions because I'm reading them after 30 minutes. So what I did is, like, I used to do it for 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes, I used to review the right and wrong both questions. So now
Okay.
I don't need to read the questions again.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes
So,
sense.
so even in the prepcast, what I felt was, even if I'm getting 70%, there could be some questions which I'm just guessing,
Okay.
and they are correct. So, so what if I don't guess the same thing in exam? So that's why I wanted to go through the right one also, just to be
Okay.
sure whether it was a guess or it was actually something which I knew.
Okay.
So that's why I decided to do it like 10 minutes,
Okay.
do it quickly. And I used to try my, like, to complete it rather than in 10 minutes. I used to try to complete it within like 7, 8 minutes,
Okay.
just to increase my, and plus you always have a motivation. Oh, it's only for 10 minutes. Like, just do it quickly. So that's why I was telling my mind that, okay, read it quickly. It's only for 10 minutes, and then you can take a break. You can look into your mobile if you want to. So you can do whatever you want to do. So
Okay.
yeah, that's how I did. And then yeah, before exam, like, because I had a small baby, he wasn't well. He got injured like 2 days before. He got like a scratch on his eyes, and
Oh, okay.
so,
Wait.
so
Now that
it
was
was
critical. Now that was
yeah,
critical.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was critical. And then like 2 days before, he wasn't sleeping. Like, whole night he was awake, and even I was awake with him.
Okay.
So that started giving me little stress that, okay, I need to sleep also. But then next day, I was like, okay, I need to focus on sleeping rather than just taking stress. Even if I do, if even if I'll read something, that's not going to make difference now. Like, so I was like, okay, let me focus on like the my peace of mind on my baby, so
Makes
that
sense.
he's
Makes
well.
sense. Makes sense all over
And
the world. Yeah.
yeah, so
That's what.
later in the evening, I think like, I decided to sleep somewhere around 10, so which was not a case. Otherwise, I was sleeping at 1 o'clock or something.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I
Now
decided to
I would
sleep
like
at,
I would like to
yeah.
know about the exam. Like like you have done good mocks and you understand it in a depth. So how was the exam like? How many questions from change request? And your exam was in home or in test center?
No, no, I because I have a small baby, so I decided to choose a center.
Okay,
So home was not an
you
option
chose a
for me.
center. So how many? First of all, the first question, the most important that I'm really worried right now. How many questions were like 3 lines, 4 line questions?
So it was a mix. So like, there were question with one line also,
Okay,
which was which was like, it was a relief because I used to click it within not even like 20 seconds. Like, I used to take only 20 seconds or 30 seconds maximum. So there were few questions. So if I talk about the percentage, probably 20 to 30%, 20% probably were the lengthy one. But it's not
20% will be
like,
40 questions.
or maybe less than that.
Yeah, you are a chartered
Yeah.
accountant. That's why I want to work more on math.
We do everything on calculator or laptop.
Okay, so like
So yeah,
yeah.
I so my experience was like, the prepcast was more difficult, or I felt like the prepcast was grilling me.
Yeah, that happens because with so much question and then the explanation, for some people the explanation is excellent, for some people the explanation is also drilling. Okay, that's that being done. How many questions about change request?
There were a lot of questions. Uh, I'm not sure, like, if there were like 40 to 50,
Okay,
but
good.
there were a lot of
Lot of
questions. Like,
questions. Yeah, okay. What about communication and stakeholder?
yeah, so communication. So
Okay,
so when I was giving, so it was making sense that project manager, most of the work is 90% of project manager work is communication. So
okay.
that's what I felt, that the
Then
paper,
90% of the exam is also communication.
yeah, I actually felt I actually felt that most of the questions were related to communication.
Okay.
Like,
What
somewhere
what
they
about
were
risk?
related.
What about risk?
Even risk had questions, yes.
Any questions from like contract types, fixed price, things like
Yeah,
that.
there were. There
They
were.
were. And
Yeah.
what about resource? Resource, good number of questions or not? Not much.
No, I
What?
don't. I can't recall like
Yeah, if you
a
can't
lot of
recall,
questions. Yeah.
yeah, if you can't recall, this means not a good amount of question.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
about what about quality?
It was okay.
It
There were
was,
questions, for
was
sure. There were questions,
but not
but
much.
not as much as communication or other
Critical
change
path.
request.
Critical
Yeah,
path.
yeah.
What about critical path?
Critical part. There were two or three questions.
But they were easy.
Yeah, yeah, they were easy. So even I don't know because I'm a chartered accountant, I felt like the maths portion were like very super easy.
Okay, okay. So I'm not going to ask about earned value. So that's also your strong. Like for you guys, earned value is like just a piece of cake. I would
Yeah,
say,
yeah, they were easy, and it's not like they are not asking you to actually. This is true. They don't want you to be a chartered accountant.
yeah,
They just want that you should have a basic knowledge, the like you should know what is SPI or CPI, how to interpret it. So that is what is
yeah.
important. Like
Because
you should,
project manager is basically no, he's a generalist. He's not a specialist. Like
yeah,
you
he's
are.
not an expert
Yeah, he's not for
who will
expert.
know that.
He has people to do that task. His major
Yes,
task
yes,
is
yes.
communication. So,
Communication, yeah.
any last advice that you would like to give to the people who have exam in like 10 to 11 days?
I would say don't just stress about giving prepcast again and again and be in that marathon of, oh, the other people is getting this percentage, I also need to get, otherwise I will fail. No, that's not the case. I got 70% on an average, and I cleared with 480 and one target, and before time. Like when I did like half of my 89 questions, I was left with half, like it was half an hour extra. And later on in the second part, I was so relaxed and I was like, oh, I have extra half an hour, so I need to go through. And even like initially, I was so stressed about because in Prepcast, I was never able to complete the test in 4 hours. I was always rushing. So when it was like my first half, I was like, okay, I don't even have time to revise the question. I did like flag some of the question, but I was like, I don't want to waste my time in reviewing because it doesn't make sense. That's what I feel like. Uh, you might choose a wrong option when you review it.
So you go with what I say. You used to say, go with your hunch. Yeah, you
Yeah,
went with that. Okay, thank you very much. And we'll like I really love interviewing you, and I really love your stories. And I hope your baby is good now. All that rashes,
yeah, yeah. He's
like
good. He's good.
yeah, and
And
the thing for which you spent so much time, for which you did PMP, you can now apply your PMP to that, and you can become successful. Thank you very much for your
yeah,
time.
thank you so
And
much, and thanks to you a lot for all the support. I know I started bothering you on the WhatsApp and Messenger everywhere,
no, no, it's
but
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
thank you so much.
Because at the end of the day, you cleared the exam. That's what my purpose is. So thank you very
Yeah,
much. Okay,
thank you so much. Nice seeing you.
bye.